or 25 seconds, I think. And I had to use a timeout because I wanted to punt into the wind, and it was a good decision to get them, and they explained to me that either the 25-second clock should have been at 0 or the 40-second clock, but the game clock, one of them, and it wasn't, and that's why the official thought it was delay of game. But we got them to punt the ball in the wind. We got the ball on their side of the field, and we immediately do nothing with it. That was huge. We needed to take that thing in and get at least 3 points on it.
Rich, you coming back, or is this your last game?
I told my team that 80% I'm probably not coming back. I'm going to think about it. I've got my family coming home with me, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'll decide in probably 4 to 5 days or a week.
What will factor into it? What will factor into that decision?
A lot of things.
How did your players respond when you told them, Rich?
Ask them.
All right, do that now.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You can ask them. I thought they'd come in here to answer some questions.
Well, I'll start each of you guys just respond to what went through your mind, Coach Brooks told you that.
Well, I thought it was kind of hard. I've learned a lot from Coach Brooks. He's taught me so much in becoming more than just a football player, but a man. And those are the kind of traits that I want to get from a man of his status. And it's going to be hard to see him leave if he does, but I'll be glad to have him back.
For me personally, 5 years ago we sold us, on the dream and coming here and working hard and turning this program around. So for me, I just want to thank you for the opportunity. I feel like Raymond said, he's taught us a lot of traits that are going to help us become successful in life, not only on the football field, but being a man, raising a family. And so for that, I'm thankful I got that opportunity, whether it comes back or not. But I think he's a great coach. He impacts young men in a way that a lot of them probably don't get a lot. So I'm proud to have been a part of that and been under him for 5 years.
For me, it just kind of made the loss that much tougher to swallow. It's one thing, for me to go out on this note in the senior class. A lot of the guys are going to get other opportunities to do other things and, kind of have a chance to rebound. But, finding out that this is possibly the last game for him, it makes it hurt that much worse. You want to get the win for him, especially being that it could be possibly his last game. So, that's when it really hit me that it was over. And, just kind of made me regret a lot of things. So.
Richard, maybe you don't want to use this man why you're at 80%.
I've been thinking about it the last week. I haven't had enough time because of the game preparation and everything, and I think it may be time for a change and time for Joker to take it over. I'm not totally sure. I just feel like maybe it's time.
What would condition it from
I don't know. I've just got to do some thinking about it away from everything.
See, offensively, on defense, did they show you anything differently than what you had seen on tape where Randall and Derek only accounted for 100 yards on motion?
No, we prepared all week. We knew what they were doing, but we had good defense, we had good team speed, and like you said, they had a lot of time to prepare for the Wildcats, so they kind of knew what was coming. But in terms of looks, we practiced it all week, and we didn't execute when we had an opportunity.
Man, just talking about, what were they doing? Were they doing anything differently than other teams that's in the Wildcat, or was it just lack of execution on their part?
I think it was a little bit of both. When the play's called, you got to execute it, but I think that Clemson had no time to really break down the Wildcat and see some things out of it, and I just think they really schemed it up really well to stop it for it.
One thing that they were doing is that they were firing that safety down real quick into the off tackle hole. That Reynolds had a lot of big runs in. as soon as Randall, that back went past him and started running downhill, that safety came flying.
Coach, would you attribute that to the lack of the deep ball?
The lack of the deep ball, I would, I think it's because they did a good job preparing and reading and committing to it. And we threw, how many passes did you throw out of the Wildcat flag?
3 or 4.
3 or 4, that's more than we had thrown out of it, so, you know, I don't think, I just think they did a good job, and their safeties particularly did a good job.
Talk about if you do leave Reveal, just stay in the program where it is now compared to where it was 5 years ago.
Well, it's a lot better. We have full complement of scholarship players. We have much better talent. And it's been a program that has gone to 4 straight bowl games. So I don't think it's, you guys can judge it too. I mean, you've been watching it before I came there, so I would think it's in pretty good shape, and I think it can continue to go up, whether I'm there or not.
Rich, did you think about maybe going to Heartline, and what does Morgan have to do to, you know, the offseason to really take it?
You know, yeah, I thought about it, talked about it at halftime, and was talking about it if we'd have got the ball back. But they ran the clock out on us when they got it with 5.5 minutes to go. We didn't do a very good job stopping them there. But thought Randall was we thought he was performing well enough, but you know, we weren't doing all the things we needed to do to help him either. Sometimes the protection broke down a little bit, and Morgan scrambled. I think there were a couple of times, like on the 3rd down play, he scrambled up the middle and he came off of the scramble and threw the pass. It almost got intercepted. I felt he should have pulled that one down and run, and at worst would have been 3rd and 5 or 3rd, maybe got a 1st down because there wasn't anybody in front of him. And then the last play, he did pull it down and run when he scrambled around to the left, and he came up about a yard short. But he threw some good balls. The deep ball was not thrown well tonight.
Did you guys talk about the possibility leading up to this might be for the last game, or y'all avoid it?
Well, I knew Coach Brooks had, I could sense that he was really thinking about it, but you know, you really don't want to ever think about something like that. You just want to go out and make sure you prepare and get ready for the game that's coming up.
We have time for one more question.
Randall, I'm just curious, you're a really smart guy. How could you sense it?
Yes, you just get a feeling sometimes, you know, but, you know, I still can't say for sure what's going to happen because, you know, Coach Brooks is going to take this time off and he's going to realize some things. Maybe it's time for him to move on, maybe it's not. I'd love to have him back, but if not, you know, I'm going to make sure I keep in contact with him and just keep a personal relationship that I've had for the past year, for this past 2 years.
Thank you, Coach Brooks. Players.
Players will be available outside our locker room.